All right, we should be live. Awesome. It should be live. We should be good to go. Turn that down half a notch there. What's up, everyone? I do need to fix one thing before too many people jump in here, you know? Or that's it. There we go. Cool. A few things to kind of look at today, but I want to hang out with you guys a bit before we get rolling. I should be live. Am I live? There we go. Awesome. How's everyone doing, dude? What a interesting week for Veve, for Omi, for NFTs, for crypto. A lot of stuff is a lot of stuff's going on. A lot of good news. Oh, I gotta fix the chat so you guys can see the little overlay here. Bear with me. There we go. All right, we should be good now. First, Pasternak, of course. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think you did that, man. You did that over an hour ago. That's crazy. There's so many guys comment so early. I like it. First, yep. Adrian, thank you. Second, Brian, Adro, yo. Yeah, there's some people early here. Slider, what's up, dude? Yeah, Slider, I've been seeing more on Twitter. I see you lurking around, hanging out. I appreciate it. I do remember your name, and I do remember all that stuff. It's just more recently. I've been seeing you more often. I like it. Yeah, the X feed is still going bonkers. Yeah, it is. We got to ride the wave. You know, we're trying to make that that wave bigger. I was a little late to it with all the Veve like digital collectible, like, you know, the hashtag or whatever that was going on. We were trending. It's a fun time. I mean, today's the day where, like, seeing it all come together, I think, and like the start of a bull run, right? We were waiting for this for like 2 years. A little less, yeah, about 2 years, I would say. No, a little under 2 years. Because 2 years ago, around this time, I think the market was starting to go down from just that major run up. So it doesn't seem that long ago. It does not seem like it's been, for me, I've been on Veve for a little over, yeah, 2 years now, which is crazy. Sven, what's up? High vibes, gotta sleep. Gotta sleep now. Good stream. Thank you, man. Yeah, I tried to stream a bit earlier. I assume you're in the EU over there, so I know this is when I try to, like, say what's up, right, to the people over across the pond. I try to stream a little bit earlier, but some of you guys are probably still awake. Ryan Hinano, what's up? What's up, dude? You guys like my tweet? I do want to go over the tweet. And I don't want to say like I like found all the Easter eggs. Like, there was like one I recognized, but the other ones, like, I watched like YouTube videos, and one of them was like an Easter egg video about you know, the X-Men 97 trailer. So I just watched it just for fun, and they mentioned a lot of other comics like throughout the thing. They're like, oh, this could be a reference to that, and I'm like, you know what, that is so true. Like, I didn't notice on like the newspaper I was like flying by, it says Hellfire Gala on it, and I didn't notice it the first time, but when I watched the review or like the Easter egg video, they mentioned it, and I was like, oh no, that's such a good point. Charlie, yo, what's up? Glad to be here. Thanks for stopping by. Veve has woken up from hibernation, dude. Pink Panther, that's such a good analogy. I like it. This is what was called the sleeping giant, the lumbering giant. That's what Veve was, and still is. This, I mean, you could like probably mark today like on a calendar, like, all right, today's like the turning point, or maybe yesterday arguably was like the turning point of like, all right, we're in it. You know, Omi's up. A lot of our collectibles and wallets and all that stuff are up right now, and this is just the start. Could there be a pullback? Who knows? No one knows, right? But cool. Yeah, I'm glad to see a lot of you guys in here hanging out. we'll go ahead and just look at some market stuff, some announcements from Veve, maybe even like the tweet I put out too. Maybe we'll just start with that first, just to kind of get it out of the way, because not everyone saw it. I think most of you have, but how do we get back to this scene? There we go. Hamoon, what's up? Let's go. Happy Saturday. Yes, sir. Yeah, it makes sense. This is why Marvel decided to drop certain comic books. That's why I have been stacking 141. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a very good call. I love the tweet, and it makes sense that they would use the storylines in the comics. The question is, was it all pre-planned? Okay, I like this. Like, basically, did Marvel know so far ahead of time that some of these comics, like Marauders and some of the newer ones, when they came out, they were already taking into consideration the X-Men like cartoon? That's a really, I think that's what you're hinting at. I could be wrong, but it was all pre-planned on Veve prior to the release of X-Men 97. Probably. I'm probably thinking too far. Yeah, I probably overthought that whole comment, but I see what you mean. Yeah, dude, it does not surprise me at all that Veve's, when they do drops, you know, it's not too long after or around the same time that a lot of comic shops are getting the facsimiles, right? Like kind of around the time when like we were getting what, like X-Men #1 and like those ones, like those facsimiles. Is like, it doesn't surprise me that within like a month of that happening, we get it dropped on Veve. Is there supposed to be music? You don't hear it? I think so. I think some songs are just very quiet. Yeah, there should be. Yeah, the music sounds fine. All right, it's kind of hard to tell on your end. I'll do this. For that. Now, you hear music? If that's too loud, let me know. I feel like I usually got the levels pretty figured out, but I know sometimes they can kind of get wonky or whatever. If the New Zealand stamps sold out, then Lambo? Yeah, dude, we'll talk about Lambo too. That's what I'm hinting at. Gotcha. Yeah, I agree. Kid Arcade, let's go. Kid Arcade, just out of curiosity, is that image that you made with the skull guy right there, is that like a template for like Mega Man? It looks really similar to like the Mega Man like pixel art guy, like, you know, when we used to play like NES. Like, was that like your template and then you made your skull guy? Ryan Arcade, what's up everybody? Listening while I work, let's go. Mr. Singh, what up vibes and fam? Dude, so Guri's really close to getting, you're trying to get 100, right? Was it 100 or 150? Those like unique mint numbers that you, that unique mint number that you collect. You're getting pretty close. I did see your tweet. You're like counting down. Dude, occasionally when I get on Veve, I kid you not, I'll occasionally just like, as I'm looking at random comics or just stuff to talk about on stream, I'll occasionally look for, you know, a 415, that's the one. Did we buy enough low-hanging fruit on Veve? Pretty much. I hear music. Okay. Back to work. Talk about if the market is going through a fabricated pump or real pump. Interesting. I mean, technically it's all fabricated, right? Because an announcement causes one thing to pump or speculation, but I see what you mean. Maybe we'll talk about that later. All good now. Yeah, I think there's just certain songs that just are maybe too quiet or that just doesn't pick it up. I actually do like this song. Friend says, what up vibes? What's up guys? Let's zoom in here. So this is my tweet that I did earlier today. Actually, let me do that. Long story short, it just says, hope everyone didn't miss the Easter eggs, just speculation, but could these stories be in the new show? Luckily, we already have these comics. And Veve actually retweeted this one. So I was kind of surprised. Yeah, there's my retweet right there. Maybe I should have just shown you guys from here. So yeah, Veve retweeted this, and so on the video that I watched, they did mention that this basically says, I don't know, it's my screen's kind of covering up, but this says X-Men Days of Future Past, which we have the comic, and I think the cartoon's technically already done Days of Future Past, but like they could revisit it or something different could happen, who knows. Or maybe characters from that storyline, or they do flashbacks, who knows. So there's that one. This one looks almost identical to the, this is X-Men 200. This looks identical to the, this probably is the scene and when Magneto goes on trial. And then the Hellfire Gala, that was on the newspaper, and plus there's like a small, they showed this like scene for like 1 second, so it's kind of easy to overlook this like big castle with like the fireworks, but like in the trailer they showed that scene for like 1 second, so it's super easy to miss. And then I thought it, you know, on Veve I looked up like, okay, Hellfire Gala, and I saw that the 2023 version, I'm like, there's no way this whole thing is like that new. So I actually had to look it up, and Marauders 21 is technically like the first appearance or the first part of the series for the Hellfire Gala. So the 2023 is not the same. And then I just photoshopped this part. It'd be really nice if it was kind of organized this way, or you can kind of like organize like your viewing experience for I really hope Veve has a thing like that where you can, your comics are ordered top down. So imagine like the whole left column is comments, and when you, and it has like your collection organized like this, or whenever you click on a comic, it'll show like all of your rarities, right? You click on the common version, but then it expands to show all the rarities. I don't know. I think what I might start doing, and it's a series I thought about for a while now, where it's like each month I think I might drop a video on things that like Veve's doing well, but also things that Veve can improve on. One of them is just like the way the collection looks on the app, like basically having comics on the app go basically like 2x4 or 6. I don't know how much vertically you can get. That viewing experience for like comics, if you're trying to go through your comic collection, is like a nightmare. Like I really wish they could just make the comic screen smaller, make it more wide, so you can actually view more comics at once, because it literally takes twice as long on the phone. Yes, that is the goal. Honestly, it seems so far away a few months ago. Yeah, dude, when you put your mind to it and you get the awesome community kind of helping you out with certain drops, or at least like finding certain ones on the market, that's awesome. You're 7 away. Have to make a new goal after this. 100 stamps. 115 mint. Have to set a new goal for sure. That's awesome. Are you just doing stamps, or I thought it was like any collectible, any comic, anything with 415 that's like part of your collection? Yeah, but essentially this is the tweet. I bought a few of these. I did buy the secret rare of this because it was really cheap, and when I kind of like learned about all this, I immediately bought the secret rare and like 4 or 5 commons of this, and then a couple more commons of this. I only bought in like this Hellfire one. I think I own 1 edition of it, or just 1 instance of it, and I bought like 5 more. I didn't go overboard with buying it. Yeah, let's go. All right, we'll talk about some the market stuff then. So you guys have something else you want to talk about? They could adapt the Days of Future Past Doomsday modern age story. It's a prequel to Days of Future Past. Interesting. Yeah, they could do that. There's so many directions they can go with it. They could even do some, from in the video that I watched, they even mentioned like they could potentially do some like House of X stuff, which I think if we do House, it's like this storyline. There's like House of M and House of X, but like they could do this storyline too, potentially. So who knows? It's exciting though. I'm actually excited to watch X-Men again. It seems a little uncanny. It felt a little weird watching it, and the voices were a little bit off from like obviously the 90s version. It's kind of, at first it just seems a bit off when like you recognize a show, or like you have like a certain actor or whoever, right, or voice actor played the character for such a long time, and then suddenly like the voice changes, like between seasons or something like that. All right, let's take a look here. No, I was gonna look on this. Yeah, Cyclops went up a lot, by the way. I actually did want to buy more Cyclops. I bought one around 14. So he was still like below box price. He ran all the way up to like 24, 25 gems. And at one point, I think if you did the math, it was really, really close. If just buying Cyclops, or are you better off basically just rolling the dice? Collectibles. So these are the newest ones. Like the fact that like, all right, you spend 15 gems, you land Beast. Yeah, if you land Beast, Gambit, Cyclops, or Jubilee, like you're pretty much Beast, you're gonna lose a decent amount. But if you land any of these three, you actually kind of break even, or you lose a little bit if you get Gambit. But every time you get like Cyclops, you're also getting Professor X. Obviously Storm is a massive loss, but I was kind of just running the math and I was like, all right, if I had like 100 gems to throw at Marvel Mighties, like am I better off just to buy a bunch of Cyclops, or should I just roll until I get lucky with a Professor X, and you can still get these other ones that are worth a decent amount? So just a thought. X-Men doing pretty well too. Of course, I was gonna put this in the post, but I think it was too obvious, like how Storm's hair's changed. So it's like the new Storm going forward is gonna be this Storm, you know, with like the mohawk hair. Interesting that Magneto is above retail. Kind of makes you question if it's worth even buying it in the store if it's above retail. Like, let's just look it up, because Magneto is 40 gems. Yeah, there's still 1,800 on the market. And actually, I think I need to zoom in a bit more so you guys can see. Yeah, like Magneto right now is going for 48 gems. So if you want a Magneto, you just mint it. I don't know why it's showing this listings, but do this again. Like if you want a Magneto, you might as well just buy from the store, and you can actually get lucky with like a low mint. So if you guys were planning on getting more Magnetos or whatever, like I would just mint. It's cheaper, and there's a chance you could get like a low digit and be able to sell it for more. Oh yeah, I wanted to go over these stamps. I was watching OG Vault. Yeah, that's who it was. I was watching OG Vault on stream playing the stamps. And it was just insane. I didn't go for the drop. No, I did actually go for the drop, and I landed this dragon one, and I resold it. I had like a 1 gem loss. I had like a 1 gem loss like selling this, but I was, after that I was like, okay, I'm done. But like, dude, this thing like completely bottomed out in price. I think at one point the secret rare stamp was worth more than the airdrop that you would get, or like the crafting thing you would get if you did win all the stamps. Yeah, like the SR was worth more than the coin, and it probably still is. It wouldn't surprise me. No, it's at 25 right now. So art card stamps, the stamps have taken over. So we'll break this into 2 counters. Group A is art and cars, Group B is stamps, and perhaps Group C other stuff. No worries, only collectibles. Nice. You rolled and you got a Storm. Rip. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, I'm sorry, going for Lambo? That's what I'm trying to find out, to be honest. Vivi's giving me early 2021 vibes. Let's go, JKRB. I agree. We're pumping. Yeah, that's the question. To be honest, when they initially announced it, because they announced this like quite some time ago. Yeah, like this drop is tomorrow, but they still announced this thing like 3 or 4 days ago. I will say this, at first I was not going to play it because I was like, man, 70 gems is a lot. And I haven't gone for any Lambos, except maybe the very first Lambo I did play, but all the Lambos after that I didn't play at all. And I just kind of told myself, okay, I want a Lambo, I'm just gonna buy that, you know, a cool looking one, but it's in the store for cheap. But this time I might do it just because honestly the sentiment on Veve is like really good right now. Veve and just the community in general has been kind of hyping this drop up like a lot. Kuntash. Okay, is that how you pronounce it? Kuntash? I was like saying Countalk and then or Count something or another, but Countach, that's how you pronounce it. I was completely butchering the pronunciation for like 80% of the stream yesterday. But I think I might actually play the drop, because honestly, I'm not even upset if I land the white one. Red one's cool. I think the red one will be pretty close to breaking even. You'll probably still lose a little bit. But I kind of think it's worth the home run shot at the 100, right? Even though your chances of winning are less than 1%, I believe. Because how many mints are there? So this one, let's just call it 2,000 or 1,800, whatever, 2,000. Let's see here. Yes, that one's like 18 mints. Let me find the other one. Oh, I forgot I could just click down here. That is weird. I don't know why I did that. Like 800 in here. So yeah, I mean, your chances are pretty low of winning it, but people are already saying that the other Lambos were going for, if you landed the SR, not this one, it was the GT, yeah. People are putting it on the same level of this as this car. And this car is going for over 2,000 gems. So even though I think this one's actually more scarce. I think there was only 90 of these, and the one that we're getting tomorrow only has 100. But it's still, I think it's still going to be like 1,800 gems. Probably a little bit closer to 13 to 14 or 15 to start, but you know, over the next like month or so, it'll probably get up to these levels within like a few months. So pretty cool. Yeah, so there's those drops. So Lambo, I think it's going to come down to a game time decision. I will say this: I'm not going to use any MCP points because I think MCP points are going to be insanely important later. I don't need to go for this drop. Let's say that. Like, there's certain drops like Wolverine and stuff that we don't have just yet, and I'd rather save my MCP points for that rather than betting a bunch of points at a thing that I have a less than 1% chance to win, or at least the one that I want to get right. So I'm going for the drop. I'll probably end up going for the drop, but I'm not going to put MCP points for a bid. Like, I'm saving my MCP points for like other stuff. I still need to make a video talking about my MCP strategy, like at least my personal one and kind of how I think about it. I still think we need more things to do with our MCP. But at least now you can bid, and like up to 40% of the drop is reserved, which is kind of an insane amount. I'm surprised Veve did that many, to be honest. What else is going to show? What was the... I got to zoom in here. Take a quick look at like what's up and what's down on the market. If you guys don't know, I'm using a Stacker. Stacker is a good website to track these market stuff. So I was gonna say like 90% seems kind of low. I'm like, I remember just earlier today I was looking on this list and there was things up hundreds of percentage points, which is insane. Mostly the ones that run up this high are either you know, just absurdly priced stuff like the Aston Martin one with only 7 mints, or it's just comics with very thin floors, so people buy up to a certain point and stop. Wow, Marvel Preview, this went up a lot, and honestly it does not surprise me because this is the first appearance of Star-Lord. It ran up to 80 gems. That seems pretty high. So I know for sure it's gonna pull back. I mean, look at so yesterday it was going for 18 gems, now it's going for 80. So good little profit right there. Whoever this guy is bought up. Yeah, he bought all of them, and you guys can see this. Yeah, it's this guy. He did it today, not too long ago, I think. I don't know what time zone or like what time zone this military clock is going off of, but it all went to this guy. This guy bought. Look at all these Marvel previews he bought. So it's the rare version, and it's the first appearance of Star-Lord. So he just bought the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the floor, and he just like quintupled the price. Went to bed. Stanley Ultra was at 25 gems. Woke up. It's at 40 now. I won 85. Nice. Oh, 85. Oh, you own 85 of them. That's awesome. Yeah, dude, that's amazing. The Stanley Ultra. You know what? I haven't looked at the Stanleys in a while. It's a very good call. I was just kind of looking at that, but we haven't looked at Stanley in a while. Let's look at the other. You know what? The Ultra. I do like the Ultra Rare a lot. That's actually a really good call that you got this many of them. Oh, you're a Crypto Hog, Prince. I think you told me that. I'm gonna be terrible at remembering people's like YouTube name versus their VV name, but dude, it's his most iconic quote. Like that's, I think that other than the Secret Rare, this is the next best one. Although I do think Amazing Spider-Man, the common looks really, really good too. But I really like this one. I actually owned this for a really long time. I sold it months and months and months ago. But this was probably my, other than the Secret Rare, like this is probably like my favorite one. Yeah, you definitely came out on top of that. And Stanley, you can't get more iconic than that, right? Yeah, it was 25 gems for a while. Wow, it actually hit below 20 for a small period of time. Yo, what up, Zombie Attack News? How you doing? And I like the drop head PFP. I dig it. But yeah, Stanley's looking great. Let's look at the other Stanley. We'll look at the amazing. Okay, so he's an uncommon. I thought he was a common for some reason. I kind of want to see the charts, dude. Buying uncommon Stan Lees is probably not terrible. If you do want Stan Lee, he's pretty much hitting his low. 23, where are we at now? 19. I mean, dude, if you can get an uncommon Stan Lee for under 20, that's not bad. And this is, I would say this is neck and neck for the Ultra Rare, like Excelsior. I mean, everyone loves Spider-Man, so they want that kind of iconic comic book, like not quote, like text with Stan Lee. Dude, that's not bad. I might have to start looking at Stan Lee's under 20. This is a good look. I like it. I don't have any Stan Lees. I played the drop twice and I landed the uncommon and rare, but I think I actually ended up getting like a low mint of one of the two and I sold it. Got a lot of profit, and I just, the price of Stan Lee at first was pretty volatile, so I just kind of stayed out of it. And then I ended up selling the Ultra Rare later, so I did win. I think I did get 2 on the drop, and I think I kind of broke even because my low mint Stan Lee saved, got me some extra money. Yeah, dude, but uncommon Stan Lee is probably not a bad move. I might have to keep an eye on it, or keep it on my watch list. King of Cameos, I think is okay. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mean, there's a reason why it's cheaper than the other 3, right? So, and we'll check out the Ultra Rare really quick. Enough said. So iconic. Yeah, dude, this was the golden point to buy it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like early December when it was at 170. I pulled back to 200. I'm not sure if this thing is going to go back to 200 again. Especially with just all the hype around Veve. Yeah, someone bought 4 yesterday. Yesterday someone bought 4 of these. No, he bought 3 and then some other guy bought another. Interesting. Yeah, if you guys have any collectibles you want to go over, just like look at the history, see who's buying it. Anything like that. Like, I'm actually kind of curious about Todd. I did put out a tweet talking about how Todd just skyrocketed right up to 1,000. That one actually got a lot of likes. I was pretty darn surprised how many likes that one got. I was just kind of just a random tweet. It said massive Todd pump in the last 24 hours. According to Stacker World, about 13s were purchased yesterday. So I put the list here, or at least like the purchase history. So whoever is this Mr. VR, bought, I think, 4 or 5 of them. And this got like 62 likes, which is a lot for my tweets usually. Or maybe there's just so much hype around Veve in general. I think there's just like more eyes on let me say X and Veve and all that stuff right now. So I think just any tweet right now is just getting a lot of likes. Let's see here. Let's go. Thank you all of you guys that are here and retweeting and liking my stuff. Appreciate it. What were we looking at? Todd. Okay, yeah, so we're looking at Todd. So yeah, he pumped a ton. And so I never really... We did see these purchases before, right? I do still need to buy a Todd. He's probably easily top 3 for collectibles I do want to buy before like the bull run takes off. So honestly, like my next big purchase is probably just going to be a Todd, and I'm probably going to wait for him to try and get back to down below 7. I think it's possible because he hit like low 6s pretty recently. If he can get at or below 7, I'll buy it. It's just at 790 right now. It just seems a bit high. Of course, this was, I mean, buying it in December was the perfect time to buy. It was below 6, but I'm not sure if it's going to hit that point again. I think there's just like too much stuff going on. Yes, it comes from Mega Man. Let's go. I love that delayed response. I'll take it. I'll take it. Anything for you, Kid Arcade. I feel like a minnow with my 7 Stanleys. Dude, I have none, so you're bigger than me. It just depends, dude. There's just so many things to buy on Veve. It's so hard to like keep up with the Joneses because you just can't. Like some whales, they just like everything and they can go after it. And that's good on them. They should have the opportunity to like collect as much as they want. Free market, no limits, no nothing. It's like just buy what you want. Friends, I also have 108 big birds. I remember you telling me about that. And he went from 20 to 12 until low mint Mick showed up. Low mint Mick. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean that's just gonna be one that's gonna take time, right? Like Stan Lee to get to where it's at now. Right? It's taken how long? A long time. Like Stan Lee's been around. Let me look him up. Well, they dropped him during San Diego Comic-Con, right? Yeah, it's like, dude, it took, I mean, of course he started off super high, but I mean, like once he got down to here, let's say below 200. Yeah, it's taken it like 4 months to get to where it's at now to like kind of chill out. So I think Big Bird needs as much time too. Jimbo Lee Lingo, thank you so much, dude, for showing up. Hello, Master Vibes. Good to see you. It's good to see you too. I need an uncommon Stanley. You should, dude. I think, you know, obviously not financial advice, but I think if you don't have a Stanley, you should get one soon. I know Stan Lee isn't at like, because just imagine like if a new whale gets on Veve, what are some of the first things they're gonna buy? You know, they hear all this stuff from Randy or whoever their friend is, or a connection from them to Veve. They'll probably buy like Todd and some of the other ones really popular. Stan Lee, it's not like a top, it's not like the top collectible you think of when you think about securing grails. Stan Lee, when did this, what am I doing on this one? Oh, I need to do Stan Lee on here. Stan Lee, no, right here, there we go. 22 gems, 22 and a half. Yeah, and now's not a terrible time for Stan Lee if you don't own one. There's even there's actually 2 3 digits. Yeah, there's 2 3 digits if you want a 3-digit one for only just a few gems more if you care about that stuff. Everything I checked this morning was down. Todd, Gold SR. Yeah, I mean, and my vault value was down. Oh, Big Ace says everything I checked this morning was down. Todd, Gold SR, Lambo, SR Miles, etc. My vault value was down. What is pumping? Obviously, I don't have it. Well, all the stuff that pump is going down now, or all the stuff that pumped a few days ago. Like, we can look at any chart and Walt is pumping right now currently, so he hasn't pulled back yet. I mean, arguably he already has. he hit up to 3,400 recently. Now he's just pulling out. I think Big A, what's happening is just the thing pumps for like a day, maybe like 2 days, and then it just pulls back down. So right now, I think you're just kind of catching a lot of collectibles while they're on the way down. Like right now, like Todd. You know, Todd was at 700, that went up to, technically it was up to at 1,000. I'm not sure why this chart isn't capturing that, but that's why I did the tweet, because he was at 700, went up to 1,000, and then right now he's all the way back down to 800. So you might just be kind of catching stuff on the downswing because, you know, a lot of stuff is pumping. It seems like it's just, this is pump, this goes down, and then the next thing pumps, and then it goes down. So X-Men #1 secret rare comic pumping. Let's take a look at that one. Why is this not doing anything? Unfortunate. Oh, there we go. Giant size. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was at 1,000. 830 is kind of cheap. Then it pumped up to 1,200. Yeah, X-Men #1 secret rare is doing pretty well. Let me look at some of the other ones. Actually, this might be a little bit easier. I've decided to buy 3-digit commons over SR Comics. Scarcity is great, but a lot of collectors I've spoken to say they rather have an original cover with the original colors. Yep, and then getting special mints of that means you can definitely get a premium. That's smart. That's smart, and this is why there's no losers. And like, I don't want to say there's no losers, but we could all win. It's just whatever you do, just like believe that it's gonna work. I don't know, like. Because I bet you there's someone else in chat right now that read, well, that's dumb because secret rares are scarce and then whatever, right? Like, why are you doing 3 digits? But it's like, you guys are just targeting different collectors. Like for me, I don't really chase SRs that much. Like I'm even surprised I bought an SR of the X-Men 200. But you can just target different collectors. So everyone has, you know, everyone has like a different strategy to get to where they're going. Uno Sean, sup fam? Have I seen you before? Or maybe I have. You seem kind of familiar, but what's up? If it's your first time, welcome. Omi to NFT, next then exchanges is perfect setup essentially with Bitcoin having. Yeah, Omi to NFT, next then exchange is perfect setup. Yeah, Omi to NFT would be insane. Yeah, Omi to NFT would be very, very good. And that's also kind of like a soft way to get crypto to NFT, because, I mean, I know it's kind of a pain to get Omi, but technically, if you own a lot of ETH or Bitcoin or whatever, right, you're a crypto whale, you could still kind of sell one thing for USDT and then buy that USDT with Omi, and then get Omi onto the Veve app and then buy an NFT with Omi. So it's kind of, it's an extremely roundabout way, but technically I think once Omi to NFT happens, you could technically have someone that's like a crypto whale eventually get that crypto into Veve by putting it into, you know, exchanging it for USDT and then Omi and then all that stuff. So technically it is possible. So when we have crypto to gems, will be nuts. Yeah, crypto to gems. I think crypto to NFT is just a, you can still technically get gems because you can buy the NFT with crypto and then you could sell the NFT for gems. So I bet you if we do get Omi to NFT, there will be people doing conversions on like what's the best like Omi to like whatever ratio to like buy and sell. I don't know. I could be wrong. It only takes 1 or 2 undercuts to look down, but the trend is what matters. Yeah, exactly. Only takes 1 or 2 undercutters to look down, but the trend is what matters. Exactly. So like when the prices are starting to like kind of fall off, that's usually because the price pumped a ton, and then one guy undercuts like probably just barely to just, you know, get a sale, but get as much as possible. Then the next guy who undercuts goes pretty deep because he says, all right, no one's buying that. The only way people are going to buy right now is if it's at a discount. But slowly buying Avengers 1 comments, you know what? I had a close eye on those. It's the only S tier comic under retail. Really? I know it's a very good comic. I'm curious to see. What is it? VV rank. I'm curious what Sleepin put it at. Top comics. I'm curious to see where he put. I wonder if he put it as S tier. Or it's probably very high A tier, if not. No, it's right there. Avengers 1. And this isn't like and Sleepin's already said this. This isn't like in order of relevance. Like it's not like Amazing Fantasy probably is at the top, but it's not like 252 is better than Marvel Comics #1 or something like that. It's just in alphabetical order. But yeah, no, that's a very good catch. No, that's a very good catch. I actually saw I do own one, but I did see that they were below retail somewhat recently, and I think they just barely got above right now. That's a really good catch. Yep, 7 Stanleys, all secret rares. That's what at least he told me. So, love the chat. Day of Dead, you are stamped thin 4, getting its due respect. Okay. All right, I think we're done with the BV ranked. Let's just do it on VV. Let's look it up on there. They have the you said the ultra rare, right? Ultra rare, thin floor. That is a pretty thin floor. Yeah, if these 3 get bought up, I mean they're only within a few gems each other. Yeah, that price is jumping like 30%, and then it starts running from there. Yeah, people are definitely getting into the stamps again. Yeah, I think people are starting to get into stamps again, mostly because of the MCP points, right? Stamps were the cheapest for MCP points, so that's probably the main reason why they've ran up. But yeah, there's a lot of kind of, I don't want to say hype, but there's definitely more focus on stamps now than ever before. I need 8. Yep, 8 SR. What's up? Fun under the sun. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. VV did have crypto buy-in in over a year. I have a couple of ETH using it, but they did get rid of it. I heard that was like the case really early on. I wasn't around during that time, so I didn't join till November, technically October. Yeah, October 2021 is when I started on VV. Does this comic list factor in size? If not, 252 is definitely not S tier. Yeah, Tom, that's kind of what I mentioned. Like, it's just an alphabetical order. So S tier, it'll organize all the S tier in alphabetical order. Then it'll look at the A's. It'll organize all the A's in alphabetical order. So they're not in order of relevance or like how popular it is. Like, it's just an alphabetical. So essentially what he's saying is if you buy any of these in the S tier, you'll be fine. It's basically like the blue chip of comics, but you already know that. Did it first NFTs by US government. Oh, that's a good call. Actually, I forgot about that. See, all those little things I forget about all the time. I forget about those all the time where it's like, oh, this is the first time we did stamps, or this is the first time there's like a crafting mechanic. People are going to kind of forget about that with like the potions, right? Like the Disney potions, which, you know what? I have not looked at in a while. So I haven't looked at that in a while. Potion, I guess I'll do show all results. Transformative potion, this one. It's going for 70. I think it's still a cool little NFT, and it's a standalone NFT, right? So I think you get a lot of MCP points for this. But this is a pretty iconic piece because it's the first crafting mechanic thing, right? And it's its own, arguably, it's its own NFT. There's a lot of burned editions, so there's less than 1,000 left. Also, Dragon Girl, you are. Do you know what? I've been looking, dude. All these things I've been looking at, dude. I spend way too much time on the market when people are like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Dragon Girl doubled or this doubled." Dragon Girl is an OG piece, and a lot of people really like it. Is it all one word? I keep putting. It's not Dragon Girl. Dragon Girl. There's quite a few of these. So the UR. Oh yeah, gold and silver. Oof, wow. 700, 770 Gemarinos. Yeah, that's up there. What happened with that? I like using this one for it. Dragon Girl. What was she at before? Wow. Okay. Yeah, 5 days ago. The floor is 400. So on the 12th. Okay, so on the I think it was the 13th. So on the 12th, it was 400. But after this purchase right here, I don't know, this one person just bought the floor. Or maybe people are buying unique min numbers. I don't know. The floor was at like 420 for like a long time. Anyway, this person right here bought 3 of them back to back. This guy down here bought another one up there. Yeah, the prices, and this one's gonna pull back, and it already has. I'm like, anytime you see something run up that much, it's gonna pull back. So yeah, a lot of stuff is doing well. Cool Mo, how you doing? Yo vibes, how you doing? You were on someone's stream. I think it was on Randy's stream, right? Like last week. I watched a bit of that. It's hard to kind of keep up with Randy because it's either when I'm streaming or if I'm not streaming, I'm doing something else. So it's kind of hard to kind of keep up with him. Usually I watch it the next day while I'm like working out or something. So I thought you were on his stream. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tom says, but I mean in real life, 252 is an S tier. Oh, only S tier in Veve because of edition size. Yes. So he's not basing the list off of IRL relevance. That's a big factor of it, obviously, but he's going based on because it's a super iconic comic, so it's not S tier in real life, but also because there's only 1,000 mints, technically less because Veve held back a few. That's why it's S tier, or that's why it's so expensive, or at least relevant. I don't know. Maybe he can explain more. The FF annual 6SR is very low, having only 125 editions. Yeah, which one is that one? Fantastic annual. Well, 3? You said 6, right? SR. Is this the first appearance of anything? First appearance of Franklin Richards. Okay. Yeah, that's a big one. 90 gems. I think Franklin Richards, if we do get we are getting Fantastic Four, and it would not surprise me at all if, not right now, but like the Fantastic Four movie will come out, and then I think the next time like Fantastic Four, like the sequel to that, they'll probably have Franklin Richards. Who knows? I know I'm thinking like super far ahead, but I think Franklin Richards is like too interesting of a kind of character to not introduce into like the MCU. Plus they need like another MacGuffin to help like warp reality and do all this crazy stuff, and that's something like Franklin Richards can do. So crypto buy-in was late 2022 after KYC. You can Google it but still find the Medium article. Okay, maybe you're right, that does sound familiar. Oh, you know what? I do remember that crypto buy-in. It was only available for like a very short period of time. I do remember that. Now you kind of like jogged my memory. Hit that like button. Thank you, JKRB. Damn, dude. Last time I felt like this about Veve Omi was January 2022. Right. Like December. I think the peak was like late December, early January. Yeah, you're right. It was like right after we did, dude, what was it, 15 or 12 days of Veve? Dude, 12 days of Veve back in 2021 was pretty awesome. There was a lot of good FAs, a lot of good characters and comics and stuff that dropped like during that time. I think that was our best Christmas one, was 2021. It tested crypto in for a little bit, then stopped it. Okay. It was because Wire was the middleman for crypto. Yeah, I do remember all that. For the bull run, but I think this past week it's really showing people that Veve will be okay and do very well. If it's doing this well now, imagine if we only get like 50% more people. But I do think the bull run will bring in a lot of people. everyone's looking for collecting and alternative investing and all that kind of stuff. So lots of AF15 common sales the last few days. Yeah, dude, that's another big one. I did see that in I don't know if it was in someone's Discord. Maybe it was Sleeping Comics Discord, or maybe it was actually Sleeping that said it. He said, yeah, someone kind of swept the floor. When I said I'm typing in Sleeping, I meant to put amazing fantasy 15. The commons. Yeah, because it was at 240 for a while. You know, it was at 240 for like 3 or 4 days, and then it just skyrocketed up to 300. Wow. All right, I didn't know it was this much. Let me. All right, so just in like roughly the last like 36 hours, like barely a day and a half, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's been 20 AF15s purchased in the last like probably 36 hours or whatever. I mean, that's like almost an AF15 an hour, which is a lot of movement for a comic like this expensive. Yeah, that's insane. And it's a lot of different wallets too. Well, this guy bought like 5 or 6 of them in a row, but it kind of just jumbles around like all when it gets up to here. It's not like one person's like making it, so it's maybe people are just kind of getting caught up in the hype and started buying in. I don't know, I have my one comment. I like, it would be nice to have 2, but there's like a million things I'm still trying to buy. Like I can't just buy everything that just kind of interests me. Yeah, random streaming around the Akomi. I think that's what it was, around the Akomi-verse. Love doing it with the AVPs. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you definitely had some interesting points. It's just I just couldn't watch like the whole stream. Yes, if they have Doom, they will have Franklin for sure. Yeah, if they have Dr. Doom, I think they gotta have Franklin Richards. Sup vibes, I'm relieved that I got another copy of AF15 before the prices shot up. That's a good call, Alan Batts. Were you the one that was like kind of hesitating on AF15 for like a really long time? And I think I remember you mentioning it. I think when I tweeted that I bought it, like finally, I bought mine for like 300, or like 305 or something like that. I tweeted out, a lot of people were hyped, and I remember that next stream, I think it was you, maybe it was someone else, but like they were holding off an AF15 like forever. I'm like, dude, just buy it now while you can. I feel like digital collectibles will be the last money grab in this bull run for some. We have time. Yeah, we do. Like if we're talking, I think people are just going to be just shuffling their money across a bunch of crypto projects and this and that. And I think on the tail end, Veve is going to win out and like just kind of take advantage, not take advantage, but benefit from all those people that did really, really well in the crypto cycle, right? Or people that don't like crypto after they do it for a while and they don't make a lot of winnings. Then like, all right, screw this. I'd rather start collecting stuff. I don't know. All the money pouring in right now is due to the ETFs. Retail investors have not really even gotten back in yet, or new ones. I think the whole space has a lot more room to run next year. I think so too. JKRB says, I'm stacking Uncanny X-Men 1 as usual. That's a really good call. I do want to get more X-Men stuff. I really do. I think once I get like a tax return and all that stuff, and like it stinks is like my job isn't really going to give me like a good bonus until like a few more months. So it's like I want to buy stuff now, but I just can't until then. It's like I'm gonna throw my whole paycheck at the thing, but it's just like, all right, it'd be kind of cool to buy a few more things. Grubba. Been collecting on candy too since the mints are way lower. That is very true. I still have a good amount of stuff on mint, not mint, on candy. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. I made a good amount of money doing stuff on candy. It's just tough because I sold a good amount of my stuff about like a month before they announced their partnership or whatever with candy. So obviously I could have probably made like more money if I waited like another 2 months before I sold my stuff. Like it was mostly like SR comics. I still have a lot of like good commons and stuff, but All right. And yeah, A15 is doing really well. Let's see what else is up right now. So still Marvel preview. Yeah, some stamps are run up a ton. First appearance of Adam Warlock. I'm kind of surprised that one didn't do better earlier, even though after like Guardians of the Galaxy and he was in the movie, he didn't really move too much or do much of anything. Thor. Okay, wow, Thor's gone up a lot. Dude, maybe I need to start getting these like cheap FAs now while I can, because it would be so annoying now to go back and buy Thor for like 10 bucks, you know, when he's like below 4 for such a long time. It's a lot of posters and comics. I think it's people are still just kind of securing like cheap MCP stuff, I guess. But yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff is moving. People are just, I think people are just finally, part of it too is that people are just finally opening their wallets. Like, you know, I think just there wasn't a lot of buying power because there was just like no need to. There was no indicators of like a bull market. And I think now that there is, people are like, all right, now's the time to buy. Like, we were just kind of like waiting for like the absolute bottom. Bought Fantastic Four 12 for 39 gems. And the next lowest was like 150 VUR. That's the first, that was the first time we got a Veve exclusive cover, right? I think that's the first time we got a Veve exclusive cover. Or no, it's not. 12. Okay, I'll get the fight between Thing and Hulk. That's a pretty like iconic little fight that they have. I'm looking at the SR. What am I doing? Is there a way I can like look at next in series? Okay, there we go. Okay, now we can pull up the ultra rare. There it is. Wow. All right, so it's going for 20. Now it's at wow, it's over 100. How many are in the market or listings? There's 9 listed, at least according to this. So it's not like it has like insanely thin floors for a rare comic or ultra rare comic. Yeah, there's 9 listed. Yeah, that's pretty decent. It's gonna pull back, but I don't think it's gonna pull back all the way to 20. But you know, no one really knows. All right, what else is up or down today? I want to see what's down. I like, so, you know, we'll look a little bit more at what's up, but I like to see what's down because that's usually a time to buy. But you need to make sure you're not just randomly buying something that's on the downtrend already. I feel like you typically want to wait till at least, my kind of rule of thumb is like, I'm gonna wait for at least to go back to where it was before it pumped, like at the very least. DeLorean, okay. I think that's kind of it. Oh, okay. First appearance of Omega Red. Going for 47. It's up to 115 now. Wow. Yeah, whoever this guy is, the 9 CEA, he bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. He bought 5 of them when they were at 115. That is crazy. It's interesting how people like always tend to buy like, let's say like 6 of them, but the floor price stays the same the whole time. I'm not sure if the system doesn't update yet. So like, let's say this guy buys and the price goes from this to 115 and it like updates it right away. But like these other purchases, maybe they're all so back to back that it like just doesn't update. I don't know. It just seems weird that it's, unless people are just like purposely buying above the floor, but I don't know why you would do that. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, this one's done well. I actually have the full set of this comic. I do really like Omega Red as like a bad guy. First ever Lambo's still down. It never pumped yet. It could still happen. I think part of it is it does have like kind of high mints for the most part, like those first Lambos. Get it more specific, but what were the first Lambos? I forgot. I think it's these ones. This was like the uncommon. I think these were the first ones, right? That dropped on Veve. I don't remember. I think these were. Yeah, this was like the first SR, I believe. Yeah, these haven't really done anything crazy. Still, yeah, they're still really low from where they were before. I do really like the ultra rare. That's probably my favorite one. I don't know why, but I really like this like deep like maroon color. I know people want this like green, but I don't know. I don't want it to be this like Kermit the Frog looking like race car thing. Like I don't want to drive that around. I think the ultra rare looks like way better. I do like the rare as well. This like charcoal and I don't know, gold. But I do like this red one a lot. FF12 is underrated. I picked up a common number 210 for like $10 for floor last month. I don't know what they were doing. I almost asked on Twitter if it was a mistake. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. It's not like the Grail, right? So people tend to just kind of forget about those comics if they're not just like either high A tier or high S tier, right? Oh, the price you see is the current for, not their buying price. Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's like, okay, so if they bought, right, shouldn't it keep going up? I would assume if someone's going to buy 6, they typically buy the floor unless they have a specific mint number in mind. So it almost what that thing is saying essentially is that like, all right, someone bought the floor, so it went from here to here to 115, and then the next 5 he bought were above the floor. I find that kind of hard to believe, unless there was like a bunch of 3-digit mints or like lower mints. I don't know, but Hurricane, I think that's what you mean. I probably mispronounced that. I thought SR Coke would be 600 to 700. Boy, I was wrong buying at 230. It'll go up, dude. Coke, there we go. Dude, why if I type in Coke, it shows Supergirl and Harley Quinn? Like, what are you trying to tell me? I'm sure the word Coke is somewhere in their description, like for like the collectibles. What were we looking at? I'll do machine, like vending. I don't know if it's considered a vending machine. Yeah, the SR. Circulation 270. Dude, this was like the first like really low mint drop kind of recently that got people kind of excited for like chase items or like chase mints. Yeah, this is going for like 200. So you bought at 230. It's a little high. It's kind of the all-time high, but I think you'll be fine. Now these are so scarce, and it's already like trending up, it seems. So just wait. I mean, it's better than being down 90% like I was like 2 years ago, buying golden moments for like 2K, like Donald and Daisy. New Mutants 87 is very underrated. Cable will have an important role in the future. Yes, because this isn't Cable, Jean Grey, and Scott Summers or Cyclops' like kid, but it's actually like another of like Scott Summers' kids. I don't know, I guess it depends on like the comic or whatever, but yeah, Bishop is there, and typically wherever Bishop is, Cable kind of always shows up too, because they're both time travelers. But yeah, all that is involved. Thanks, Andrea, for that. But yeah, I do like Bishop. Let's actually check him out really quick. That is a star, not a 7. I have like a like an MMO mouse where you have like a bunch of buttons on the side, so sometimes I'll use that to actually just type in like 1, 8, you know, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, Cable getting low-key disrespected. He's up to 2 gems right now. I remember there's a period of time where he was going for like basically a gem and a half. Yeah, almost like a gem flat. Gosh, he got down to 1.3. I remember seeing a few times he was like below 1.3. The only thing that's holding him back is the 30,000 mints. That's one of the main things kind of holding him back from being like really scarce or like at least super sought after. In the grand scheme of things, 30,000 is nothing, right? But especially when people here collecting hundreds and hundreds of these. Most crypto can go to 0, but the first Spider-Man or Batman will live forever. That is very true. That's actually a very good point, Pink Panther. That is very true. And crypto can just keep, you know, crypto can keep going, but so do the collectibles, and people know, collectors know fair market value for certain things like that, right? Now you're appealing to other whales. So Tom says that the Bishop Common is my favorite original comic art on the app. All the energy is sick. Yeah, I do like it. I do like the cover. I think I have a few of them. I own 6. I don't own that many of the commons. Probably should get like a few more. I don't know. If he pulls back down lower, I'll buy more. But I'm not like in a rush to buy it. It does have 30,000 mints. I would kind of putting my money more towards a big purchase like Todd, because I do need to get one at some point, or kind of grabbing some cheaper stuff like this while I can. I might have to like really take a hard look at my comic collection, because the whole point of me buying a lot of comics was to eventually like DCA out and stuff like that. I'm not in the profit on most of them, but eventually a day's going to come where stuff is pumping and I want to buy things, and I don't want to put in more just raw gems. I need to start like finding out things I need to start selling. Are you playing the long game with any next generation collectibles, i.e. Olaf? Dane K, are you playing the long game with any next generation collectibles, i.e. I don't know what you mean, i.e. Olaf. Next generation collectibles, I've never heard of that. It kind of sounds familiar. I don't know where I heard that from, but I don't know what you mean by that. No, that's Cable. I'm talking about Bishop. You said New Mutants 87 is very underrated. Cable will have an up. This is Cable. Did I misread what you said? Or I thought we were just talking about Cable and not. No, that's Cable. I'm talking. Then why'd you say Cable? I don't know if you're trolling me. I don't know if you're messing with me, but yeah, Bishop's cool. Yeah, Bishop's in the cartoon. I forgot which one. What's the F.A. Bishop's thing? I completely forgot. Is he in New Mutants too? New Mutants. Why is it showing me stamps when I type in New Mutants? That is so weird. Oh, I gotta do comics. It doesn't show me like a good enough list. Oh man, I'm gonna kick myself for not knowing Bishop is like first appearance comic. 283, thank you. Hello? There it goes. 283. What? I thought you meant like New Mutants 283. Olaf from Elsa. That's what I thought you meant, but I was like, there's no way. So what do you mean by, are you playing the long game with next generation collectibles? Oh, okay. I thought you meant like next generation of like technology or something like that. I'm like, what do you mean? Like we have the current collectibles we have. Like, what do you mean a next generation of collectibles? That's gonna be better than the ones we have now. Okay, next generation, like collectibles for like either kids that haven't been born yet or like very young, and they're gonna grow up with characters like Miles Morales or Olaf or something like that. To be honest, I'm not too bought into it. I do understand the importance of Miles and like some other characters, so I might buy those occasionally. But you just can't go wrong with the OGs, in my opinion. I mean, most of those characters are based on OG characters anyway, so you know, it's like, you know, Miles Morales is really cool, but if we're talking about like the original Spider-Man or like the original person character that started off or kicked off the whole franchise, it's Peter Parker, like regardless. So that's kind of my thing. I prefer the original. Like I understand like the spec play or things of buying like what's called like Young Avengers and there's some other kind of like not spec books, but it's like, all right, if the MCU kicks off a show or a movie based off of these characters, like the comic could run really well. Not for me personally. It's like I'd rather just collect first appearance Thor than like Jane Foster or like whatever. Like that's just my take. Like our kids' popular characters, yeah. Guess my previous comment before that. Oh, the Bishop comment is still my favorite, the original. Did I just completely overlook that comment? That does not look familiar at all. I think I just completely overlooked that comment. My apologies, dude. But no, I do like Bishop. Bishop is awesome, and for it seems like they might actually have him like use his abilities more in this X-Men. You're mixing up me and Adrian? I probably am. Oh well. Omi is pumping. Yes, Omi is pumping. 282. There he is. I do like this a lot. I only have 3 comments. I thought I had more. I think maybe I sold some back here, because I did buy quite a few of this one for below 2, and I would just usually sell it for like a little over 2 if I could. I do like Bishop a lot. Apparently he's only in like 1 panel, like in the comic. Either that or he's only in like 2 panel. I think he's like on the last page. I think like you don't see him until he's actually like on the last page, and this is the only like panel where he's in, if I remember correctly. I remember Corey told us that I think that it was in the video where he did like the highlight of this. I wonder why they stopped doing that. You guys notice that? I could have sworn like it seems like Corey does a thing for like, do they still do something for every drop? Maybe it's because they don't always tweet it, and it's usually, I don't know, like YouTube Shorts or something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of going off on a tangent. All right, we've seen what's up. Let's see what's down. A lot of this stuff is just pulling back, like Storm. Like usually I like to see what's down. You know, and if something's down 40%, okay, that's a good deal, right? Or 35%, but mostly because, I mean, this thing ran up from $8 or sorry, 8 gems up to 21 gems and now back down. So it's still not even back to where it was before. Like for me personally, like I was like, all right, if I really want Storm because of the new X-Men show or whatever, you know, me personally, I'm waiting for it to at least get back to where it was before. Then I might consider buying it, because obviously that's the point where people started buying in this collectible. So maybe like, I wouldn't mind buying this for like 9 or 10 or 11, but it's like you could also wait till it gets down to 8. I have Common 5555 for sale of the X-Men 282. If anyone collects this, I don't collect mint numbers in comics. Okay. But yeah, there could be someone that gets that. I do wish there was like a marketplace or like a chat very similarly to what HRO does, right? There's like a live chat on the right. I think that would be awesome on Veve. If there's like a live chat and people, it would be terrible. Obviously people will curse and racial slurs and all that kind of just dumb stuff. Like it's going to happen. But I think it'd be awesome to just kind of like almost just promote your stuff or your mint numbers or whatever. I am still working on like a Discord that I do want to make it like available to the public. And one channel I do want to have is just like a marketplace or just like a bazaar kind of like situation or whatever. People could just like actively promote unique mint numbers, or basically something that they want for more than, you know, I mean, people also could post in that they just floored something. It's like, hey, I just floored my Storm. I'm trying to get rid of it. It's 2 gems below floor. Someone just buy it. I think that'd be kind of a cool way to get more interest around the market, or at least kind of help people out, you know, buy and sell stuff. Because right now there's no way to market your listings, right? I could have an extremely unique mint number for a certain collectible, but like no one's ever going to hear about it. Let's say, I guess you could post it on X or Twitter, but there's nothing like built in the app or in the community wise where it's like you can't promote your listings. I looked for fun, Yuri, but 30x floor is a little much for me. Okay. If it's 30x, that's a lot. I mean, he knows there's mint collectors out there, you know? I'm not a mint collector myself. The only thing I actually collected mint number wise, and I know you guys have probably seen this 1,000 times, but it's just the common Gambit that I have. First appearance Gambit comic. Probably could have just typed it in, but I'm being lazy. There it is. 777. Like midnight, it's just like a lucky number 7 thing. That's all it was. I probably spent too much on it. Yeah, I spent 100 on it. That's too much. The one time I buy like a unique mint number thing, I still like it. I do think in due time I could get more for it. I don't like the mint number itself is a bit of a stretch, but if there's someone that's just like obsessed with Gambit, that's the nice thing about unique mint numbers is you don't need 4,000 people to believe that that's like a good mint number to buy. You only need one person to be like, yeah, that's cool. I'm a huge fan. I'm gonna buy it. You only need one person to buy what you're selling. So that's why having like unique mint numbers is kind of nice. At least if you know the relevance and who you're appealing to. Do you think Lambo 350 SR is at a good price or move on? That's hard to say. To be frank, like I don't really follow Lambo prices like at all. Like, I mean, we can look it up, but I haven't played like any Lambo drops other than the very first one. And I think I just don't really pay too close attention to like the Lambos in general. Yeah, the 350 GT. Where's the secret rare? Oh, there it is. 20. Yeah, it's been at 2,200 for a minute. Man, this thing came out kind of cheap. I think you wait. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I think you can wait a little bit. You have to think of it this way. Like, is it gonna pump? It could. But what's more likely, if people are trying to buy into this, how many other things would you rather buy for 2,200 gems than this? There's a lot of things I can think of that I would rather buy for 2,200 gems. I guess let's say this, like if you're a whale, like this isn't the first thing you're buying. Like there's probably like I could think of like 30 collectibles I'd rather buy than this. Like just unless they're like huge into cars or something like that. So I think you can wait. Again, it's not financial advice, but it's like I think you could wait. I mean, it was down here for a while. This is where the D-list started to happen. That's why the price kind of spiked up so much. Yeah, this price spiked up so much because the delistings actually. So it's not like there was even anything buying here, and then it just slowly people started listing their stuff again. Yeah, I think it looks like there's more people like selling than buying right now. I minted the Dragon Medallion 222 and 555 and was very lucky on the last stamp drop. Dude, that's awesome. Wait, you got 2 like really unique mint numbers back to back? That's insane. Reduce it now. I was flexing with that old price. Thanks for reminding me on the old price. Yeah. 555 is priceless. Yes, it is. It's awesome. Yeah, getting unique mint numbers like that is pretty interesting. It's if you want a good price though, it's going to be a long sell. That's the only issue with like really unique mint numbers is like you're trying to find the perfect buyer, right? Unless you get desperate. All right, let's see what else is down. We haven't really looked at what else is down. I don't even pay attention to the Sea Queen thing anymore. It's like so not enough mints, and it's just a weird collectible in my opinion. Marvel Comics. This logo is insane. Ghostbusters logo. There's Wally. Yeah, Wally probably just pulled back a ton. I'm willing to bet he pumped. Yeah, the dude was going for 50 gems, then went up to basically 100. It basically doubled in price in about a week. Yeah, on the 9th it was 50, then it ran up to 100 in a week. Poor Wally. I do like the movie Wall-E quite a bit. Not enough to throw 100 gems at where he's at now, at least personally. Let me close this. All right, what else is down right now? There's definitely things pumping harder than they are dumping, but that's mostly just because the floors are super thin. Ultimate Fantastic Four. It's like the zombie version. Yeah, it's like the zombie Fantastic Four. Cyclops pulled back a lot, and thank God, because I do want to buy Cyclops. I think I only have one of them right now, and I wanted to buy more. And when he was at like 24, I'm like, there's no way I'm buying it at that price. I mean, he was hovering around 12 to 14 gems for a while, 12 to 13. Now he's gotten to this price. You can still mint these on Veve, like the X-Men drop that just happened. You can still mint those, and so it's kind of getting to the point now where there's a lot of hype around X-Men, and like the floors on the collectibles aren't terrible. Storm is the worst. I know we talked about it earlier. Storm is the worst, but it's kind of at the point now where it's not like the usual, like, Beast is 3 gems, Storm is 3 gems. Like these are both like super low. But I'm talking about like another, like, I feel like that's how most blind boxes go. Like if it's not like a top tier, if they're not all top tier collectibles, like most like blind box drops of kind of like non-Marvel, non-Disney drops, they're typically, it's like these are all extremely cheap and the SR has all the value. But I mean, the fact that you can play this drop, land a Storm, and lose like barely half your gems, rather than other blind boxes where if you play it, you lose like 90% of your gems if you just land the wrong collectible. Is finishing a set still getting you 100 MCP? I believe so. Like per set. To be honest, the math could be way off on my MCP. I've not even bothered trying to calculate my MCP points. To be honest, I probably should. I think honestly everyone should at least once. It's gonna take like, it's almost gonna be like doing your taxes and like figuring out the points and the bonuses and all that stuff. So if it's off, then yeah, try and do it during a time when you're not like buying stuff on Veve, because that'll like inflate your points, because you have to find your baseline, right? So ideally, maybe after a couple days you log in, and whatever that Veve, whatever that point total is, that's probably like your baseline. Because even if you log in and you like mess around, you get points for clicking around or posting on the feed or whatever, buying stuff. That also inflates your points. If you finish a set, that does it. So, but I might have to do that at some point. Find out like what my baseline points are. I'm willing to bet it's like this. Yeah, it's showing 733 today. There's no way. I did buy a lot of comics yesterday because a few days ago I got like 500 points a day. It was like 505 or 510. And because I bought some SRs and some other stuff, like it just basically went up like 50%. So what do you think about Todd movement? Is this a retrace more possible than the uptrend, or the opposite? I don't think Todd is going to go back to 600, but yeah, everything's retracing. If the Grails are retracing, then all the other drops, all the other like A tier, B tier drops, like they'll retrace too. Was it Todd? Yeah, Todd. Yeah, Todd is. He already did retrace, so we already talked about this. He went up to 1,000 at one point. You know what? I'm curious if my NFT tracker has a better looking chart. I think they're pulling from the same like API data from Veve, so it's probably just going to look identical. I'm just curious to see if it captured. It did say it went up to one. It did say it went up to 900, but there's a period of time for probably about 12 hours, maybe a little bit longer, where Todd was at 1,000 or like 990 or whatever, basically at 1,000. But these just don't capture that. So I mean, he has retraced already. I mean, he went from 72 to, yeah. When I did my post, someone or a few people over the course of 2 days or over a night, basically, bought 13 Todds. So that's why the price has gone up. I think it'll retrace. I mean, because if you look back here in, gosh, this was less than a month ago, February 2nd. I mean, Todd was going for less than 600. I don't see him doing that again, just because there's so much hype around Veve, and now there's a lot of attention and focus on Todd now. I'm gonna try and get him if he's below 7. That's like my goal. I know it's not perfect, but I do want to get a Todd before the bull run starts like really taking off personally. I think it's going to keep retracing, in my opinion. All right, let's see what else is up and down. Let's see more what's down than up. Cyclops, like we talked about, pulled back. Avengers. Ooh, you know, I haven't really looked at like Zombie Spider-Man, Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. I haven't also looked at Ben Reilly in a while. Like, there's still a lot of like, kind of like really good collectibles that are like OGs that I feel like some people forget about. I wouldn't consider this a grail, but like one of them is like Nightwing. Not like if you're a VVOG, just Nightwing is such a big deal to you. It's something that like only OGs I think would know and understand. Nightwing was like one of the first drops that had like a really low mint number and kind of took a lot of people back. And then back in the day, from what I've heard, I wasn't there obviously, is that people were trading 2 Todds for a Nightwing back in the day because he was so scarce. He only had, I think it was like 1,700 mints and Todd was like 7,500. So because Nightwing was so scarce, people were literally like 2 for 1ing for Nightwing. Obviously that's not the case anymore. Right now Nightwing is 160 bucks and Todd is, you know, at 800 right now. So that flipped pretty quickly. Yeah, 160. Nightwing's cool. I would just rather buy other stuff instead of Nightwing. Like I would rather buy, what's Joker going for right now? I think dude, Joker is another one I need to buy soon. He's already gone up. He's at 77. Like me personally, it's like I'd rather buy Joker and Harley Quinn FAs for the same price as a single Nightwing. But if you already have Joker and Harley Quinn, then get Nightwing, or vice versa. Yeah, I did want to get Joker when he was below 70, or at least below like 65. Let's take a look at the comics really quick. I need to refresh this. Sometimes the page doesn't update until you like refresh it. Let's look at Juggernaut. Dude, it's so unfortunate what they did with Juggernaut, making him 10 gems. He's not even sold out in the store. Where does it show how many editions are like in circulation? Do I have to actually like look it up directly? That's annoying. All right, never mind then. Ben Reilly. This is the first appearance of Scarlet Spider, but it's still Ben Reilly. Hello? Load? Yeah, I don't know what's... There it is. All right, let's look at... Maybe we're done with comics. We'll look at collectibles. I don't know. Are you guys playing the drop tomorrow? Curious how many of you guys are actually playing the Lambo drop tomorrow. My plan is to play it, but not use MCP points. I said that very early in the stream. I know most of you weren't here, but that's kind of like my plan right now, is to basically, I'm gonna play the drop but not use MCP points. Like I understand the relevance of Lambo, but I'm not gonna put like, I don't know, 50,000 points, even 20,000 points for this. I don't have that many points to begin with. I'm at, I think like 200,000 points total. Lambo secret rare, yep. Yeah, this, I may play the drop. It's so tough because for 70 gems, you can get a lot of good stuff for 70 gems. You can buy a first appearance Joker and just be done with it. Do you think that Veve had their bottom and we go up from now on, or is there still possibly to meet previous lows? I think some collectibles will hit previous lows, but not all of them. I think I don't think the grails are going to go back to previous lows. Like whatever, I don't think the grails are going to go back to previous lows. If we're talking about like Walt going down to, where was Walt at before? He was like chilling at, Walt was like below 2,000 at one point, right? He was going for like 1,800. Yeah, he was going for, yeah, like 1,900. I don't think he goes back down to 1,800 again, or 1,900. Like there'll be a pullback, but I don't think he'll hit like all-time lows or like be lower than where he's been the last 6 months. Gamblers at heart, yes sir. Gamblers at heart. I don't know. It's gonna go down to game time decision. The only reason why I'm going for the Lambo drop is because sentiment is like really high on Veve and just crypto in general. And I do think that there's enough eyes and enough hype around this drop specifically, because like David Yu's been like tweeting about the drop and like Lambo, and a lot of people have been posting pictures about their Lambos, and the Countach Tash. I still need to figure out how to pronounce that. That this is a very iconic car, so it's like there's a lot of hype around it. So it's like, all right, even if I mess up the gems, right, in the sense of like I play the drop and then I end up getting, let's say, a rare, I still think the rare is still going to sell for like 35, probably cheaper, could go down to like 20, but at that point it's starting to get to the same price as like the other Lambos, and I think people would rather have this one than those other ones, but we'll see. So odds are I'll probably just lose half my gems, but there's a extremely low chance I get the black one and I just instantly get 1,500 gems, 1,600 gems. So are you going for Roblox Lambo? No, what the? Is that a meme or something like that with this Lambo? I'm not going for it. I have no luck, and if I don't hit, I really don't want it. I'm going for things I really like for the most part. You're probably right, Slider. I don't know why I was like, dude, anytime I like put a little bit of gems into Veve, I kind of just go on like a bit of a spree. That's why I like I probably put gems into my account every few months, if that. Like I know some people put it in like more actively or whatever, but it's like every like 3 to 4 months I like put in gems that I can like play, or if I want to make a move or whatever. More recently it was when I found out about all that stuff with the X-Men 97 trailer, and I kind of found out like, oh, we already have some of these comics. I put in a little bit of money because I did want to buy the SR of the Magneto goes on trial. I think that's 200, and then a couple other commons. So that's the only reason why I could have sold other stuff to get the gems, but I was like, I kind of want to just buy these now. I'm still deciding if I should play the drop. I'm hoping to pick mints I collect in the market as an alternative. That is true. Yeah. I mean, hell, you might even have someone sell a 415 like white car for 70, 80 gems. Like that's the box price. The reason why it's going to be so cheap is because the floor price for this is probably going to be like 25 to 35. Probably a little bit closer to 35. I don't know, like what are the cheapest Lambos right now? Can I just do this? What? You know what? I think it's on the Stacker homepage. Just spell Lamborghini. Hello? Interesting. That is... Okay, let's try this. I'm trying to get Lang. But dude, I need to like move this mic so I can type. I think this is like one of the cheapest ones. This one or the Diablo Purple. What am I doing? This is why I like using my NFT tracker for this kind of stuff, because you can organize it so much easier. And I can just go by floor price. This is why I actually use multiple websites, because for a search like this, at least I haven't figured it out, but for a search like this is way better on my NFT tracker. Like, all right, I want to look at all the Lambos and what's the cheapest. Right now, the cheapest one is this uncommon. I'm not even going to bother pronouncing this. but it's going for 30 gems. So, all right, in this case, the one that we're going to get, I don't know. Do you guys think that the one we're going to get tomorrow, the rare, the lowest mint one, or the highest mint one, the lowest rarity one, I don't think it's going to go for like 30 gems, 35. I don't think it's going to be cheaper than these. I think it could be a little bit closer to 40, like maybe 35 to 40. So you're losing gems if you don't land the best one, or you know, one of the other two, but you're not missing out on like a ton. It's still a lot. I think market conditions are different for this Lambo drop compared to previous ones. I agree. That's the only reason I'm even contemplating it, because I have not played any of the Lambo drops except for maybe the very first one, but like the 3 or 4 in between, like I just skipped them. If you look at the roadmap, I feel like Lambos will get to have accessories like the wing and wheels in the future. It has to be. Possibly. Yeah, that'd be really interesting if that was the case. Closest comparison is the 350 GT, but even then, it's new volume in the market. Stacker analytics graph. Okay, that's probably... Yeah, that's probably better chart. I don't know, I haven't really played him that much with Stacker. Honestly, the only time I'm like doing like really in-depth research is usually on stream. I kind of usually just look at floor prices. All right, the 350. Wow, dude, the cheapest 350 GT is at 47. What did it do before? How low did it get? That's the real question. Okay, it basically started at 40. Did pull back to 35, low 30s for a bit. Yeah, maybe I think this drop is going to land between 35 to 40. That's just my call. The cheapest one, like the white one. I will say the white one does look super clean. I actually would, if I wasn't playing the drop, I'd probably actually buy the white one in the market for like 35. Just save myself the money. But I don't know, the gambling side in me might go for it. Less mints too. I thought the 350 had less. Maybe it has less SR, because there's only 120 total of the 350 SR. This one technically has 130. But I see what you mean. Less mints. Yeah. You guys can tell I'm totally disconnected with like the Lambo drops. Like I don't even know the drops or anything like that. Every time, like the last 3 Lambo drops, I just did not pay attention to them at all. Oh, there's also more additions to this. That's why there's 3 variations. I think that's a big reason why. Yeah, 900. Maybe it's about the same. Try this. $1,200 mints for this. I don't know. I'm kind of too lazy to add up all the mints. White one is a really good rare. Worst case, most iconic color. True. That is very true. Whoop. That's not what I meant to do. Let's see what the grails are doing. Like this again. All right, so these are the grail essentially, right? This is organized by market cap, but that's usually means the grails are at the top. I'm kind of curious to see what's moving a lot at the top. Aston Martin, I'm not paying attention to. Wow, Rizzo is up quite a bit. This is the first time he's been down. He's been up and up and up the last like month. Yeah, like since here. Yeah, he was $1,000 a month ago, like today. And then he went up to 11 and 12 and 13, now 17. Yeah, Rizzo's doing pretty good. Unfortunately, Rizzo's probably one I'm just not even a... I get he's super iconic, but I'd much rather just have Todd and be done with it. Really what I want from the black and white series is... Batman, Todd. Joker, Harley... And then Robin? Where's Robin at? Do we have like an actual Robin? Is this the first appearance Robin, technically? Because there's like another Robin, but he goes by a different name. I think the easiest way to find that is on here. Release date, flip it. Penguin wouldn't be bad to get either. Do you know who we don't have that we really need? Is like Two-Face. Dude, if we get Two-Face, we get, I know the Todd McFarlane platform already did Bane, but like if we get some like more villains, Riddler, I feel like we still have a lot of villains to go. It just seems like DC's like really slowed down with Veve, and they're putting their stuff elsewhere for the most part. Limbo, did I pass it? There's no way I passed it right. Wolf of Wall Street minus the spoiler. Yeah, everyone remembers that for the Wolf of Wall Street thing. Is this our first Robin? 76? Maybe I should just type it into Veve instead of just asking. Pound sign. Find Robin that way. Final the Sun, dude. Thank you so much for the $5. Good luck tomorrow, vibes. Smash the like button. I appreciate it. I'm actually on the fence. I'm like 50-50 right now. 50% chance I either go for the drop and just say whatever, or the other 50% chance is I just don't play the drop at all. And I either just won't buy anything, or I will buy the white one if it's below 35 tomorrow. The one of two. Collectible details. Is this first appearance? First appearance. Okay, so this is Robin, but there's another one kind of like Robin. That's also first appearance, I believe. For 70 gems, I will get an MC1 common, maybe 2 for that much. That's just me, but I'm not a big gambler. Definitely not on Veve. I still have never hit an SR and only one UR. Slider, man, dude, it was sorry to hear that. I've gotten pretty fortunate. I've landed a decent amount of SRs, but I have been a degenerate gambler at times. Most of the time it's just out of just sheer luck. The other times I just bought so many that it doesn't really surprise me that I got an SR on those. Agree. Tough choice with so many grail pieces are so cheap, still under radar. Yeah. $70 is a lot of comics to ramp up your MCP, not financial advice. That is true. See, that's another thing. So I think odds are what I'll end up doing is telling myself like, all right, I'm either going to go left or right, 70 gems. Either way, I might as well just spend 70 gems. So what I might do is let the drop happen. Not let's say let the drop happen. Queue up for the drop. I think it's all going to go down if I get selected. That's actually another thing too. I can't just say like, well, I'll just buy it. But it's like, if you just don't get selected for the drop, you're probably just not going to get the drop. So you're forced to either buy. If that's the case, if I can't even go for the drop, I'll probably end up buying. I don't even really want a Lambo. To be honest, I don't even really want a Lambo right now. Maybe after I think this out, like, I just kind of thought right now, I'm like, all right, what if I don't win the drop and I had 70 gems? Would I want to buy a Lambo? Probably not. Probably not, to be honest. Like, there's other stuff I'd rather buy. Carmen, yeah, Infantino, Robin. Okay, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you guys got me backed up. Appreciate it. Why am I getting specimens? Oh, yeah, I forgot this another one. Yeah, this one. This is another Robin. This one's not FA. Oh, no, it is. Duh. I thought it was going to be down here. Slabs Carmine. X-Men 94 comic is a good one to look at, and it's X-Men New Team's first appearance, but it's also the start of Chris Claremont's run in comics. It's a major run in the real world that people collect. Before. Pound sign. The trick is to put a pound sign. Veve needs at least 3 characters to do a search. So Uncanny X-Men, this one. Oh no, dude, this one's good. I bought the whole set for this too. I do like this one a lot. This is probably one of the first comics I was like, I'm just gonna mint 10 to 15 of these and just see what happens. And I actually ended up getting the whole set. I do like this one. I might buy more of these. It's not going to be at like the very top. Like people that like X-Men are going to get X-Men 1, giant size X-Men. And then if they really like, the story and Chris Claremont, which they probably do, they'll probably get this one shortly after those two purchases. Like if I'm an X-Men comic collector and I have a bunch of money, I'm gonna buy X-Men #1, then Giant Size, and then this is probably number 3, 4, or 5 for like the next best comic, at least in my opinion. At least if you enjoy these characters. You can buy a lot for 70 gems. Hammond is just laughing it up. Me being just indecisive as hell. I think you guys can convince me. All right. I think I'm just going to end up not playing the drop. We'll see. I'm going to play the drop. If I win, I'll have to see how I feel about... I just sound like an addict at this point. I'm like, I'll just take a small hit, see how my body reacts, and if I feel good, maybe I'll do it. If not, I'll stop. Like, no, that's not what I'm trying to get at here. That is not the goal here. I'm gonna play the drop. If I win, I might YOLO it, but if I don't win, I'm just gonna let it go and then just spend the gems on something else. Slider, you were right on one MC1 and Lambo in the market. Yeah, that is true. I used to like playing this game a lot, and I'll show you guys where I kind of wish you could. Nah, that'd be too much. But all right, so what's the max? Okay, let's do 70 gems is the max. So what can you buy? I used to do this all the time. What can you buy between 50 to 70 gems? Like, what would you rather have? So if we look at collectibles, not release date, we'll do it by floor price. I don't know why. Is RoboCop right? No, he has moves. Okay. I mean, would you rather have a RoboCop than a car? I would rather have a Luke Skywalker. If you don't own a Luke Skywalker, I will say this. If you don't own a Luke Skywalker and you have 70 gems to throw at something, you're just like gambling or whatever, like, he did pump recently. He's a bit high now. Yeah, God. 2 days ago he was 54 gems. Yeah, dude, I wouldn't buy this right now. It's pumped. I would give it time. It'll probably pull back to like high 50s or something, but like if for whatever reason tomorrow you're just like, I have to click a buy button, you know, you have to click a buy button, like for whatever reason you just have like some sort of condition where you like, hey, on drop day I have to buy something no matter what. I gotta buy something. If you have to buy something, I'd rather have you buy a Luke than, not financial advice, but rather buy a Luke than gamble on a what's it called, the Lambo drop. Just get the avocado. They think it's what Hinano calls it, the Romulan avocado. It kind of looks like an avocado. So, yo, Romulan Warbird or the Rancor, but it literally just hit its all-time high, so I want to touch it. Yeah, there's quite a few collectibles I'd rather own. I would grab a potion, personally. I just talked about it earlier. It's like, I think this is a pretty iconic piece. Like, I'd rather grab a potion than have a random chance at a Lambo. Ghost Rider isn't bad either. But it's not like, it's not FA Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. What? Okay, would you guys be upset if we got another Ghost Rider that was also FA, but it's Johnny Blaze? Is it Johnny Blaze? Yeah, it's Johnny Blaze. Would you guys be upset about that? Or is there a difference between the two? What do you guys think? Because I was like, all right, actually Ghost Rider is a pretty good FA, but I'm like, but this one says Ghost Rider Danny Ketch. What if we got another Ghost Rider and it was Johnny Blaze and also FA? Would this go down? I think this would go down in value. Or at the very least, the new one will be more expensive than this. Yeah, for sure. D'Angelo, what's up? My collection on collectibles and comics just keeps going up and up. It's pretty interesting to look at. Hell yeah. And you're gonna get more of it, at least hopefully. The trend continues, right? Watch Vault stream and see the vibe. Good indication. Yeah. Yes, sir. Run a poll on what? Oh, like, would you rather buy? I don't know why. Hold on, I might be able to do a poll. It's weird because like this overlay that I use for my chat, sometimes it just does not allow me to like run polls. Let me try this. Give me a sec. Wait, am I just like extremely behind on chat? No. Okay, no, I'm fine. All right, let me catch up with chat first, then I might try and like mess around and like do a poll. Just bear with me. Yeah, so people said run a poll, RoboCop. By the way, Digital Funko is releasing Star Wars and Star Trek NFTs so far. That's awesome. Avengers 1 comment is 19. I want the real Ghost Rider, sir. I agree. I'd rather have Johnny Blaze. I've been waiting for that Romulan ship to come down for a year. Now it has gone below 60 gems. Yeah, dude, if you want to, I've been waiting for that Romulan warship to come down for a year now, dude. Yeah, now's the time. Dude, every single time I've hesitated to buy something and it starts going up, I kind of regret it, but I do think things will go up and retrace. But I always feel so much better when I buy it, and even if it keeps going down, I'm like, all right, at least I secured it. I'm done. Whatever. I'm waiting for that Romulan warship to come down too. The avocado, yes, yes, sir. We all have. We're all waiting for the avocado to go down. Okay, so let me try this now that I've caught up with chat. See if it'll let me do. Start a poll. Yeah, let's start a poll and let's try and do. I don't know. What was the. I don't even remember what the original question was. Was it just, would you rather gamble on Lambo or have add option? Let's do this. Random Lambo. RoboCop. Let's do this. All right. Random Lambo, RoboCop. I think I got this. Rare Luke. And then what was the fourth option? I don't think Ghost Rider is at that same level. What's like another good collectible for roughly the same price? Or a potion, the magic Disney potion. First Disney potion. All right, let's try that. All right, I started the poll. What would you rather buy for 70 gems? Random Lambo drop, RoboCop, Rare Luke, first Disney potion. Those are the three. I need to do polls more often. You guys are, that's a good call. Can I still pull up chat from here? Oh, it's all messed up. User, oh. Yeah, I think I know why. Gosh. It almost thinks I'm like always like left clicking. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, well. All right, let's try this. Will it show the poll if I pop this out? Let's see. Oh, it does. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. I don't know if this is a new overlay that I need to copy. Yes, it is. Okay, every time I pop it out, it's a new thing. Yes, sir. There we go. Luke. I think a lot of people are going to say Luke, but I think it'll be a little bit more spread out than we think. But that's a good call on the... I do need you more polls because I do value you guys' opinion. Dude, even a Hulk? Dude, I would kind of rather buy Hulk or like secure a Harley Quinn. I think that's what I'd rather do. What's Harley Quinn done? What is she doing right now? Is she pumped yet? Oh yeah. Yeah, she has. She was going for, wow, 40 gems not long ago. Earlier this month, she's going, I don't think she'll go back to 40. If I can get her below 45, 50, I'll be happy. I'll be happy if it gets below 45 or 50. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna play the Lambo drop. I'm curious to see how it plays out, but gambling on literally a less than 1% chance to win that the SR, 70 gems is just a bit much for me. I don't mind doing it for like comics or like 20 gem collectibles. That's why like this drop was so good on Veve. It's not too often Veve does it, but they just literally just give you a very cheap lottery ticket. I think this is one of the best case scenarios for it. What was it? Drops. This one, the Lunar Dragon one. This one, or no, Year of the Dragon. This one was so good because if you played the drop and you lost or you didn't do well, right? Like you basically got the ultra rare. These are still selling for, well, they were for a long period of time. They were selling for like between 14 to 16. So you only lost like 25% gems. And you literally had a, you know, low chance to get the other one, but like the drawback was so low, it's like you might as well just do it. Like you're basically just gambling, and if you lose, yeah, I lose, I don't know, 5 6 gems at most. But if you land this, you basically just like instantly 50x your money, which seems like a worthwhile gamble. I would go for Lambo at 30 gem price point. I agree. 50 would probably be the absolute most I would pay, and I'd be like, that's debatable. 30 would almost be too cheap in my opinion. I think 40 is like the sweet spot. Like if Lambos were 40 gems, I think that'd be like the sweet spot for like pretty much like have it just guarantee sell it no matter what. This one will sell out just because the chase, but all right, let's take a look here. What's the things here? Can I pull up the poll? Whoops. We'll just end the poll. There's already 12 votes. I don't know if anyone wants to vote, do it right now. If not, then I'm just going to end the poll here in about 30 seconds. So far it's tied. It's a 50-50 split between random Lambo drop and rare Luke. No one said RoboCop and no one said first Disney potion. There needs to be a tiebreaker. Someone has to break the tie. Not really true. You lost 8 gems of 12, not including seller fees. Well, right now it's going for 8, but for the first, let me go back to it. Is it just Year of the Dragon? Does that work? Yeah, it's hitting its all-time low now, but it was low at first. So it's 13 gems, I think, initially, but I know these prices aren't always accurate, but you can see it was like at 15 for 2 or 3 days. So, I mean, there was plenty. I feel like if you lose on the drop, you're trying to sell it right away, right? To just recoup your losses and be done. But I see what you mean now. Like now you would lose, yeah, you would lose half your gems. But if you sold at any point, like within 36, 48 hours of the drop, I think you would probably only lose 15 gems. Or probably a little bit closer to 14. Or sorry, not 14. You lose like 6 or 7 gems because the seller fees, but I get what you mean. You got gold 22. Let's go. Vote Luke. And it's not included the loss of MCP points. Yeah, that's true. All right, I'm ending the poll. I got the outcome I wanted. 14 votes. Now, so the poll's over. Can I show the poll? Gosh, do I have to close this again? I guess so. Oh, it won't let me show it. Okay. Well, long story short, 14 votes total. 57% said Luke. 42% said random Lambo drop. Interesting. We got some degenerates in here. That means half our chat is at least degenerate. Just shy of half are degenerate gamblers. And we haven't even looked at the comic side of things either. I think there's a lot of good comics that you could get for that amount too. Either just like hard stacking like a handful of things or buying like a couple of good ultra rares. Let's actually do that really quick. Max floor 70, 50. Look at the comics. There's not a lot in this range. You get an ultra rare, like the start of the series, like Miles Morales comic. Rare Hulk. Ultra rare, Dazzler, that's what it's called. I still really want this comic. First appearance of Gwen Stacy. I just really like the colors. Man, this was so much cheaper. Yeah, that was a long time ago. 55 gems is a little high. But yeah, there's certain comics that I'd rather have. Or Wolverine just slashing the shit out of the Sentinel's eye. There's that too. Damn, D-Drance, if I actually tasted the SR. If I could just get a waft, a scent of the SR drop drug, I might be with you guys, yeah. What are you eyeing on for comic Veve vibes? I'm actually curious to see if these have moved at all. I'm not saying like even my tweets are like whatever, even influence anyone's purchasing decisions, or at least they shouldn't. But this tweet that I posted, this like Easter egg price, like this let's see, Easter egg price, what am I saying? The Easter eggs on this thing, like this is X-Men 141, this is X-Men 200. So these are all basically like Easter eggs that like this is stuff that they're being teased in the X-Men 97 cartoon, which is coming out in like less than a month. So if these are going to be the new plot points or the new storylines of the newly reboot, like the show's been rebooted for the first time in like 30 years. Huge fan base. It's going to be like the new arc of the MCU, all this stuff. We're going to have mutants. It's like, all right, if we're kids, you know, nowadays we're talking about next generation, right? Like this, whoever this group of X-Men are, like that's going to be like their X-Men, right? Growing up, if assuming this cartoon becomes like super popular and lasts for like 5+ years. But this will be like kind of like their X-Men, right? Like this new group. People won't even know who Charles Xavier is. That's sad, but I don't think it'll get that bad. But yeah, like this is gonna be, so I was like, all right, I'll buy the first appearance of, or the first appearance for like the trial of Magneto, because if that's like a big key plot point of the new cartoon, and if the cartoon's gonna be super popular, then like I think the comic's gonna do well. Same thing with this Hellfire Gala thing. Gala, when I say Gala, Hellfire Gala thing. And this is technically the first in the series, I believe, of the Hellfire Gala. So I'm curious to see if these have moved at all. I doubt it, but we'll do Marauders first. See if that one's moved at all. Kind of doubt it, but all right. I did buy a few. Oh wow, yeah, there's definitely some people, because I'm down, I'm trying to remember like my code. Because I'm like down here. Yeah, I'm the C689. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at $1.50. So I didn't even like stack that many. Yeah, but there's definitely some people buying in clusters while it's here. I mean, I kind of moved the floor a bit, then other people bought it, but. And then what was the other one? Not Marauders, but 141? I don't think. Whoops. Yeah, that one's moved a bit. Yeah, C6. Yeah, no one's really bought this one. That doesn't surprise me. And then the 200. That's the imprisonment of Trial of Magneto. Yeah, there's some people that bought kind of after me. I did buy the SR because that was going for 33, and I thought that was actually really cheap. At 33 gems, it was like the 5th or 6th cheapest SR comic. So I was like, I might as well just buy it. Yeah, it's going. I bought mine for 33 right here. I don't know why it jumps from 43 to 36, but I did buy the SR for 33. Yeah, where's my collection? Yeah, there's the SR. And it says I bought it for 33. I just bought one Marauders Common and X-Men 200 right before the stream. Needed a couple more. Yeah, they're kind of being held back because there's a lot of those mints. Like, I think the Marauders one has 30, and I'm pretty sure I think they all have 30. Like 1,000 mints. 600 editions. Yeah, there's 30,000 mints for this one. And I think 141 is also 30,000 mints. So that's the main thing that's like holding it back, is that it does have a ton of mint numbers. That's why I didn't go insane with it. I just bought like 5, which is, I didn't buy that much of this one, but for 200 I did buy a few. Let me look at Marauders. Yeah, how many other are this? Yeah, this one has 20,000 editions. So, okay, it's a bit lower. X-Men 141 is like 18K. It never sold out. Okay, so it never sold out. Interesting. I cannot see it. Probably because it didn't sell out. That's why I was like freaking out. Yeah, because I clicked on show more. Oh yeah, this one got burned. Okay, yeah, the Days of Future Past ones, it's not super scarce, but there's only 1,500. That's not that much more than like the 10,000 you get. So or say 1,500, 15,000. Yeah, there's like 14,000 of these. Yeah, it says in editions in circulation, 14,500. That's still pretty scarce. I mean, it's no 10,000 or 5,000 or 6,000, but people do really like the Days of Future Past like storyline. So that is a popular one. I don't know, is there any other like collectibles or comics you guys wanted to see or like check out in the meantime? Let's see what's pumped recently. Okay, looks like some stuff moved a little. Okay, maybe not. Strange Tales. Let's see what Strange Tales. This is the first appearance of Gamora. I thought this was first appearance of Adam Warlock. Gamora? Which one's Adam Warlock? Okay, maybe I just don't remember. Anyone remember which one is the 142 around the same? Okay. Uncanny X-Men 142. Yeah, Days. Oh yeah, this one's cool too. I actually do like this one. This is part 2 of also Days of Future Past. This one is cool. I actually really like the I think it's the ultra rare. Secret rare looks whatever. That's what's her face on it. I listened mint 206, X-Men 200 uncommon. Ooh, okay. If you guys are interested in like a low mint X-Men 200, check it out. Amazing Spider-Man 20 and 41 comics are sleepers. Is that an A? To do that as a 2. Yeah. Oh yeah, Scorpion. I was almost gonna buy some Scorpion the other day, but he did pump a tiny bit. He got down to below 4, now he's up to 5. So there's a small window where you could get it for less than 4, and I think that is technically like the all-time low for him, right? Yeah, I think that's his low point. Or yeah, someone forward one though back there, but that one, and then 41. Rhino's, yeah, it's another good one. It's just, yeah, so many iconic villains. This could go below 3 again. I think it's possible, but unlikely. Only price looking good? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Joker Erdium? I don't know, I'm probably butchering that name. Dude, Lethal Protect, that is such a good call, dude. I need to put that. That's a kind of a top comic for me to get as well. Because this is another one that can get unhinged because the low mints. All the way back in December, it was below 70. Got it down to here too. Let's just look at the last like month, see what it's done. 64. I was at 85. Gosh. All right. That's another comic I absolutely need to get before the market goes crazy. But there's a handful of comics I still need to secure. Is this on my list? Store, no, collection, my wish list. Yeah, he's right there. He's number 1 on like my, I have most of these comics. Most of these I already have. It's just a reminder to like get more of them. I'm probably not feeling the Psylocke anymore, but I do want to get more like Uncanny X-Men like this one. First appearance of Emma Pride and Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost. I think Emma Frost plays a pretty big role in like the Marauder storyline and just that whole like Hellfire Gala thing. Gala. I think she plays like a pretty pivotal role in that. So if it's her first appearance, I think it could be a really big deal. I mean, she's on the cover, right? I think that's her. What's up, my Veve fam? What's up, C29? How you doing? Listen, mint 9,999 or for X-Men 200 as well. See, this is what I mean. I would love to have something like this either on the app where you can promote special mint numbers, or like I said, one day when I'm not lazy, I need to get all my stuff figured out to give you guys my Discord. I do want to start like a Discord group where we just talk about anything and everything, but mostly just market stuff. There will be a section where hopefully people can just like post mint numbers or whatever that they're flooring. But yeah, Leprechaun's time will come. Leprechauns, yeah, the time will come. I just don't think it's any time like super soon. But hell yeah, Leprechauns. Lembat says Edge of Spider-Verse 2 is still under 10. A goodbye. Yeah, Edge of Spider-Verse, that's a Spider-Gwen, right? Edge of, yeah, it's the Gwen Stacy, right? First appearance of Spider-Gwen. Yeah, first appearance Spider-Gwen. She's going for retail. I mean, essentially 7 gems, right, for the comment. Let's see what she's actually doing. See the prices here. So Edge of Spider-Verse. All right, this says 7.3. Uncommon is under retail. The rare is at 20. I actually do like the rare and ultra rare. Not as much as the other Gwen Stacy comics or like Lethal Protector. This is kind of what I mean. It's like, okay, I can get an ultra rare for 57, but it's like, I don't know. I'd rather secure a Lethal Protector before this, personally. Lethal Protector's only 1,000 mints. I need to get on that. Because that's one of those things where like all it takes is like 2 whales to just buy up like 5 each, and all of a sudden the floor just never sees below 100 again. $330 for the secret rare. Yeah, I think the common is good for under 10. What's this one's? Edge of Spider-Verse number 5. Is that first appearance of Spider? I believe. Sleepin says, hey, Vibes dude, what's up, Sleepin? I think you saw my tweet. some spec buys. I think I would make you proud with my speculation into the X-Men thing. Yeah, and 129 is cheap right now. 129? Which one is that again? Ooh, Punisher. Yeah. Or no, you're talking about both of these actually. I'll have to look at the prices for Punisher. But yeah, 129. I do like X-Men 129. Emma Frost and Kitty Pryde. I think Emma Frost plays a big role in that whole Hellfire Gala event, and then probably in the future for the X-Men show. The first Black Knight is a great choice also. Yeah, that one is great. I do like the cover. I like the rare cover on that one a ton. But I'm sure everyone saw this speculation. I think that's all going to happen. We could even get into House of X potentially. I don't know how that would work, but I mean it can kind of just go off the rails if they really wanted to. X-Men 129. Don't forget Avengers 52. Also 1K editions. We'll do hashtag 52. Oh, that's a limited drop, huh? This is like Black Panther's first appearance in the Avengers. This is almost kind of like Captain America joins the Avengers, but that's like his first appearance in the Silver Age. But this is also like joins the Avengers. I don't know. I definitely see the appeal of this. It's not like a first buy for me personally. There's just so many other comics and stuff I'd rather buy. But if you already have like the other comics you want and you want something that's like super low mint, Avengers 52, 1,000 mints. Probably less arguably because probably some of these went to like people that don't even know what Veve is. Like they're at the convention, they want it, and they're like, all right, whatever. And now that will like probably never see the light of day potentially. I feel like there's gonna be people that joined Veve a long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, you know, when Veve was early, played a couple drops and they're like, all right, whatever, like I can't do this anymore. And then they're like, Vivi's gonna get mainstream, and then they're gonna be like, oh man, dude, I think I had a Veve account from 5 years ago, and I bought. It's almost like like Bitcoin, right? Once Bitcoin started taking off, people are like, I think I remember buying Bitcoin like 4 or 5 years ago. Let me go check my hard drive, or like whatever. Could be the same thing with like Veve. Like people created accounts and just deleted them, and then all of a sudden Vive's mainstream. They're like, dude, I think I had a Veve account 6 years ago, and they have like a Todd and some other like crazy things. That'd be awesome. Trying to get more Marvel Comics #1, 20 so far. Dude, that's a really good stack. And actually Marvel Comics #1 is one I do need to start getting more of. Where's he at right now? I think it's at 40. I don't know why I thought it was like a little bit closer to 50. How low did that thing get? That's the real question. Marvel Comics. How low did this thing go? Went down to 25 late last year. 90 days. Wow, it actually early January it was below 30 for a little bit. Yeah, now it looks like it's not. I don't think it's gonna get below 30 anytime soon. I mean, it could, but it's just a super iconic comic there. Yeah. So, oh, there's another day for this. Oh, is this dropping on Monday? For some reason, I thought it was dropping tomorrow. Is that right? It is dropping tomorrow. I don't know why that thing said, yeah, 15 hours and you know what? I think it's because I remember this thing always had, there's something weird with like the API where it thinks like things are like drops for like a day ahead or something weird. I don't know why, but I think I've seen this before because this thing says it's a day and 15 hours from now. When really it's, you know, in 15 hours, not a day and 15 hours. All right. I think you guys have convinced me. I'm not playing the Lambo drop tomorrow. I'll play the drop. And if I win, I'll think about it, but I probably won't. And there's a high chance I just end up not spending it on anything. And I'm just going to wait for things like Joker to go down a bit, wait for Lethal Protector to go down a bit, Harley, a few other things to go down, and then I'm going to secure those. Incredible Hulk #1 went up too. I think so too. Think it did. It's not surprising me at all that a lot of But a lot of like Grail comics and stuff are moving right now. Oh yeah, 30 gems up to 38. Man, it's moved up like 20 something percent over the last 2 days. Getting bronze tickets now are almost 2 times more expensive than when Omi was 0.00055. Yeah. Getting bronze tickets now are now almost 2 times more expensive than getting Omi. Yeah. Well, Omi's also just up a ton now, right? Omi's basically doubled from its all-time low. What's Omi at right now? 00103. Yeah. I'm a little upset because I sold a decent little chunk probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And over the last 30 days, Omi's gone up like 33%, or not there. The last 30 days, Omi's gone up like over 50%, which is pretty nuts. Sorry, I've kind of put that money to like other crypto, and those are doing decent. Not as well as Omi, but it's still, at least I'm not losing it. All right, let's clear that. Yeah, we'll look at a couple more things, and I'll probably call it for the stream. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Not 2 hours, but it's been started through. Oh yeah, almost 2.5 hours. So we've already been going for longer than 2 hours. Unless there's anything else you guys want to know, or I don't know. You guys know these are just like unorganized streams. I just kind of just do whatever. Would you consider Avengers #1 a grail? It seems like a neglected compared to the ones. I would say so. It's just, I think it's on the very low end of the grail. I mean, look at, we'll actually take a look at media rank here. Sorry for the bright light. We'll look at like the top tier comics. So it's the first like team up, right? That's a huge deal, right? But I still think typically people put the first appearance of a character over like a first team up or whatever. And Avengers is like the most iconic team up, right? It's probably the most iconic team up. You know, there's like Justice League and Avengers, then there's all the other ones, but it's like, I do think people value the individual FAs like Spider-Man and Thor and X-Men. Even though it's a team up, it's still a lot of first appearances, actually 4 first appearances in one. And Hulk and Iron Man and this X-Men team, which also has a lot of first appearances. So I think it's just on the low end of all of these. It's still an S tier, but it's on the low end. And we talked about it before. 252 is only S tier. Mainly, it's an first black suit. It's an iconic cover, but it's also just extremely scarce. That's the main thing that's kind of posting it up that much. So it's, you know, and this is the first Marvel comic like ever, right? Or first Marvel comic NFT. Like, it has so much going for it, this one. So it is S tier. It's just on the low end. I think it's at the very bottom of all these personally. You could probably debate it's either that or like Amazing Spider-Man 252. It's, you know, just because, I mean, it's mostly scarcity that's giving it 90% of its value. S1 staking ends in 5 to 6 weeks, I think. I want those gold tickets. Yeah, I'm curious, like, do we know how the gold tickets and stuff are gonna work? You have to like have so much staked, and I think we already went over that before. I don't want to dig into it just because I've already been streaming for 2.5 hours and my throat is already getting like a little sore. I think it was if you staked more than X amount of Omi, then you would get like gold tickets, right? You got put into different tiers, or if you just stake it after some time. But we'll see. I did put 1.5 million Omi like into the app a long time ago, like 7 months ago or something like that. Kind of wish I kept the Omi I had, obviously. I don't know if I want to bridge like more Omi over to just get MCP points or stake it or whatever, but we'll see. So we'll just chill for the last couple minutes. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. It's gonna be a long weekend for me. I don't have work on Monday because of President's Day, so I'll stream today. I'll probably stream tomorrow, or at the very least, like hopefully like make a video and release it tomorrow, and then probably a stream Monday too. Like, might as well. Got the days off, not much to do. Just work out, hang out with you guys, talk about Veve. Talk Talk about Veve. You know what? I had, oh, I think I got rid of them. I actually bought a pair of sunglasses that kind of look like my like weird AI generated thing. It was like some aviators, but they were like $8 on Amazon or whatever. I'm like, whatever, I'll just buy these because they kind of look like my PFP, but I can't find them now. I'll have to like look for them. Maybe I'll wear them next stream just for fun, but anyway, I think we'll call it for today. Is there actually anyone else streaming right now? Because I do want to raid them right now. I wonder if like my collectibles or anyone else is like streaming right now. I don't see anyone else streaming. Let's see. Yeah, no one's streaming right now. Actually, my collectibles did drop a video on Tomb of Dracula. Actually, I do want to talk about that like super quick, and then I'll call it. Dude, that drop is just very pricey, to be honest. I didn't know how much it was. I didn't even see Vivi's post yesterday. I must have just overlooked it yesterday. But this is, geez. All right, let me open this here. Yeah, 20 gems for this. I know it's 5,000 mints, but 20 gems just seems like a bit much. I don't know. I haven't really figured out if I'm going to play it. I'll probably not play the drop, to be honest. I just want to buy a common for 8 gems in the aftermarket and be done with it. I like Blade, but $20 for Blade. I mean, we could play this game again, right? What would I rather buy for 20 gems? We'll look at comics. Commons. We'll go from 15 to 20. Would you rather gamble on Blade or just secure yourself a Punisher or Ultimate Fallout number 4? And that's just commons. What about rares? Yeah, like I'd rather buy some of these and just secure it than like buy a 20 gem Blade. I don't know, that's my take. Or else have a good night. Yeah, I haven't dropped out. 20 gems I will pass. Yeah, we should get a Tomb of Dracula for first Dracula. Oh yeah, thanks for the live feed. Yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. Hope you all take care. Double and triple check all of your listings so you don't screw yourself over, and I'll catch you guys next time. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I'd rather have a rare or just anything else probably, so I'll probably skip the drop, or at the very least buy a